Hey guys, welcome to our presentation. I hope you're all doing well and you're all staying safe. So over the past few weeks we've been working on our project separately but yet in a team. We've been working on creator labor, and in this presentation we will share with you what we found, and I hope you like it. Enjoy. Okay, so I'll start off by explaining my case. My case is about Anna Nushin, a Dutch influencer. I will talk about YouTube, I'll talk about tweets, I'll talk about authenticity, and a fan-community relationship. So, Anna Nushin is a Dutch influencer who started her career by posting a vlog every week about her daily routines. She created an online identity and people significantly admired her personality, and she became a hit right away. She's now seen as a fashion icon, an entrepreneur, and the presenter of Holland's Next Top Model. So at a certain point she made a switch to traditional media, and as we've all seen, making a switch from digital to traditional media is not always very successful, and she received a ton of negative comments on her presenting skills when she presented Holland's Next Top Model. But who were those people who commented? Were those Holland's Next Top Model fans? Were those people Anna Nushin fans? Like, what are the consequences of this, etc.? That's what I wanted to look into. So my research question is there a difference in the perception towards Anna Nushin regarding her followers when she decided to start a career in the traditional media? So let me give you some insights on how I conducted my paper. My method of collection is that I performed a qualitative study. I want to know about the perception and reactions of her fans. To do so, I looked at YouTube comments under the weekly vlog video of November 1st of 2017, where she discussed presenting Holland's Next Top Model. And I'm looking at tweets, and my method of analysis entailed a content analysis with a deductive approach where I created codes based on what I wanted to find out. So here on this slide you see a few examples of what I found. Basically, if you read them, you see that the tweets were much more negative than the YouTube comments, and I argued that that's mostly because fans react to the video they watch every week, or weekly vlogs, and in general people blow off steam on Twitter. So I'm analyzing that in my paper. And the codes that I created based off of these examples are authenticity, fans validating success, first live show credits, professionalism, influencer versus presenter, and proudness of fans. In this graph you can see that authenticity scores really high. People mention it a lot. So for my further findings and discussion, I will definitely give great attention to that part.
So in the second case, I'm going to present about PewDiePie and T-Series for the ways to get to 100 million subscribers on YouTube first. So PewDiePie has been on YouTube since 2010, and he has been the most successful and subscribed creator from 2013 to 2019. And it all started when, in 2018, a famous Indian music label and film studio named T-Series started gaining massive amounts of subscribers on YouTube because more and more of the Indian population gained access to the internet in those days. And this is how it all started. And PewDiePie's fans supported him not only online but also offline by telling everyone to subscribe to PewDiePie. And this became a massive internet phenomenon. However, in the end, PewDiePie lost this race as T-Series gained 100 million subscribers before him, but nevertheless, those months until the May 2019 where he got overtaken proved the loyalty of his fans all over the world. And therefore my research question is, how did the virtual fight of PewDiePie against T-Series gain additional underlying meanings other than that of a rivalry between two YouTube channels? And to answer this research question, I also conducted qualitative research by searching through YouTube comments on the PewDiePie's two diss tracks about T-Series called Bitch Lasagna and Congratulations, Besides that, I looked at Reddit posts for more elaborate answers. In order to analyze the data, I conducted qualitative content analysis, more specifically thematic analysis. I chose that method because I wanted to include as well as inductive and deductive analysis method, and not to limit myself for one or the other. So when we look now at some examples of the comments, we can see that on the one hand side, fans who like PewDiePie because they grew up with his videos, or people who see him as a representative of the human side of YouTube compared to the corporation, on the other side, who has a huge budget and a multitude of teams working for the different production tasks. Or people see the rise of T-series as a sign that YouTube itself also becomes more and more corporate, and therefore they want to support a single creator like PewDiePie. On the other side, however, we have people who see PewDiePie as an attention seeker, someone who wants to gain more and more subscribers by stereotyping a whole nation, in this case India, and by talking badly about a company he doesn't even know that much about. Or that he doesn't care at all about his subscribers and what they do for him to gain subscribers. So there you can see a wide spectrum of people and how they think about him and his brand personality, which comes into play for his fans especially.
So in my case, I will be studying Logan Paul and his incident in Japan. Logan is a social media star with more than 16 million YouTube followers now, and he is famous for comedian videos and content for teenagers. However, in 2017, he went to a suicide forest in Japan and filmed a footage of a dead body that he found there. He then lost thousands of followers and faced huge criticism from the public. He apologized twice, one on Twitter and one on YouTube, his two biggest platforms. He did succeed in gaining his fans' support, but it was his fans' blind loyalty that got him a lot of hatred afterwards. The case of Logan Paul has raised concerns for ethics in online video content production and brought up the deeply relational nature of the bond between audience and creator on social media platforms. Therefore, the research question goes as follows. How do a 15 million follower content creator and his online platforms survive a communication crisis related to cultural ethics? So, like Emmons, I have conducted a content analysis using graph theory in which I created my own code based on what is written in his audience comments that I have selected under the video "So Sorry" and his tweets related to the incidents. So it is a deductive method since I build everything from the bottom up, and I will be concluding only when I finish analyzing all the comments. So for comparison, I have codes for when the comments and tweets were posted, pre and post apology of Paul, since I am including his reaction to the controversial incidents. This way, I can clarify if the apology changed the overall reaction of commenters and tweeters, and if the choice of platform influenced the drafting of message sent by his audience. There are four main categories that I have clarified while coding. There will also be subcategories which will be broken down more specifically. For example, negative instructive and positive instructive.
Hello everyone. For the topic of creator labor, I decided to do my research on the famous YouTube vlogger Lily Singh, and I formulated my research question as how does the audience of the YouTube vlogger Lily Singh, Superwoman, react to her moving to traditional media? Lily is a really famous YouTube vlogger with more than 50 million followers on YouTube, and since September 2019 she's also hosting her own late night TV show. That makes her the first person from Indian descent and also the first openly bisexual person to be hosting a late-night TV show on a major American TV network. To answer my research question, I conducted content analysis by analyzing and collecting comments from YouTube videos and also other social media networks such as Instagram and Facebook. I also looked up articles on the topic and I created different themes from the collected comments, and I will be further analyzing them in depth.
Okay, so I hope you liked our papers. It's now time to introduce our theme. It was actually quite hard to find a theme at first because our papers might seem alike, but creator labor is a very broad spectrum, but we managed, and our theme is the relationship between a YouTuber and his community.
So how can we combine the theme back to our research? Well, all of the 4 research papers were about personalities on YouTube who can be called influencers because of their big influence and reach on their fans. The 4 cases were presented about their communities and how they reacted when the YouTube creator was in an unconventional situation where their loyalty was being tested. So what did we analyze? As the main platform of interaction with the community, YouTube was our platform of analysis for the YouTube comments, talking about the issue at hand under the YouTube creator's video. However, we noticed that only taking YouTube comments was not enough, as they are not as thorough and insightful most of the times. So we decided to take additional sources like Twitter or Reddit in our cases. And an interesting reoccurrence from all the cases was that they all have a very strong relationship with their audience because the majority of the comments they received during those unconventional times were supportive and defending them against the critics. In case of PewDiePie, his fans even went into the real world to help his favorite YouTuber. In all the cases, the YouTube creator has successfully created a brand relationship, a brand personality around themselves, which is authentic and believable for the community, which likes to come back to watch their videos time and time again.
So moving on to our last part, we're going to give you 3 recommendations that we have taken from our paper. So first of all, engagement between content creators and audience might not be clarified only by online interaction such as likes and share, but we need to look more deeply into it. For example, considering offline engagement as well. Secondly, fan loyalty isn't always as good as it seems, especially when fans start to unconditionally defend for their influencer action that are considered inappropriate by the majority. As it can be a double-edged sword, we need to look into the harm of fan support. And lastly, we should further study what happens if their audience do not perceive creator as authentic anymore. And after that, specify what to do in that case might be highly beneficial. So thank you for listening. If you have any questions, just feel free to send us an email.
Alright guys, that was our presentation. I hope you liked it. And for now I just want to say stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see each other soon.